Hello, Gypsy Spirit here with you, and we are doing our first show with the stones from the Crone, featuring Mary DeLucci and her artwork. And Mary is a Crone, a High Priestess, and I'm going to let her tell you all about that before we get started with some fabulous jewelry pieces that she has made. That'll blow you away. So, Mary, you are a Crone.
I am.
Tell us about that.
When women reach a certain age in our spiritual community.
And what is your spiritual community?
I am a practicing pagan.
Okay.
So we're very eclectic in what we do. We are not Wiccan. We really don't have a defined label. We are, my group is a women's group called 13 Sisters. We get together at least once a month, usually when the moon is full. And people who follow the goddess will understand this, but we draw down the moon, we break bread together, we have ritual, and we talk about things that are going on in our lives. Every month we try and do something just a little different. And one month we would like for you to come and make the little dolls again.
Yeah.
I was talking about them.
The little voodoo dolls.
The little voodoo dolls,
Yeah.
which are absolutely amazing.
We'll have a show on that too.
Yes, we will. And all of mine are gone. The women have come, and each one of them's kindly.
Every time you make one, somebody loves it.
And they go to a good home. So,
I would love to do that.
I think that would be
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Absolutely, I would be honored.
Good. Thank you. So, what happens when you reach a certain age, and usually, if you go by definition, it's after you reach menopause. But it's not always menopause that makes you a crone. You are asked by your group to become an elder. And that simply certifies you as old. You're supposed to be full of wisdom and all the good things that go along with it. So
I should be a crone.
You should be. I was croned at a very, very early age. I went through surgical menopause, and after that, my original women's group decided that it was time. So I was very humbly brought into the fold as a crone when I was 40 years old. That's very, very young.
So you're also a High Priestess?
I am.
Explain to us about the High Priestess.
If you belong to a group that follows a very specific path, there are different levels. Coming into it, you're a novice, you're an initiate, and each level has certain degrees. So you learn about different things. You learn about kitchen witch, you learn about herbology, you learn about healing, both through herbs, unguents, and through energy. You learn about crystals, about stones, and as you go through, you are given certain tests. When you reach a certain point, your group asks if you would become their High Priestess. That means that you are the leader of the group. You define what's going to happen. Basically, you're in charge, which is kind of funny because I always end up being in charge because I can't stand it when things are not moving along the way they should. One of the things that happens is that along the way you find one thing that really resonates with you. I have been very fortunate to find two. I am an energy worker. I am a Reiki healer. I do different levels of Reiki. I also teach how to work with stones. Stones have been my passion for well over 2 decades. So what happened is I started working with some very simple pieces. And it happened because my mother, my late mother, needed eyeglass keepers. And all of her friends down in the retirement community saw them and they loved them. And I made more and more elaborate pieces, and then from there they would bring me pieces and I would make necklaces out of them, or bracelets, or whatever they wanted.
I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that, how you got started.
That's exactly how I got started too. And then I would make pieces and I would go visit my mother and she would steal them from me. She'd steep them. She'd say, "Oh, that is so pretty. Could I see it?" And I would hand it over and she would put it on. She goes, "Oh, thank you so much." And off it went into my mother's hoard. So she had quite a collection of my jewelry, which all came back to me when she died, at least most of it. Some of it I gave to some of her friends and some of it I gave to my daughter and to other friends. So I have, over the years, learned about different stones and how they interact with us. Through Reiki, I have learned the chakra system and what stones work best with what chakra. When people come to me and they tell me that they're having problems, they're songwriters. And one of the pieces that we're going to showcase tonight is specifically for the throat chakra, for people who need strength and presence in order to overcome stage fright. Some of them are grounding pieces. One of the pieces that we are going to talk about is the stone that changed my life. I had belonged to a group, it was a bulk buy group, and we had, in order to buy from this factory over in Hong Kong, this was before Hong Kong went back to China, we had to have $100,000 worth of orders. And I did my part because I was selling a lot of jewelry back when I had my store. And I ordered something that I had never heard of before. I'd never worked with it. I had never seen it. And when I pulled it out of the box, I was zapped. There's no other way to put it. I thought I had been stung by a bee or a scorpion or whatever would come from Hong Kong that wasn't killed by everything that they pour over things as they come through customs. That turned out to be pre-night. And my dogs and I stayed up for 36 straight hours because it just transformed me, opened up chakras that I didn't even know I had problems with. And it has become my go-to stone. I take it everywhere. It is always on me in one form or another. And over the past 25 years, I have sold a lot of beautiful pieces that have pre-night in it. So where would you like to start?
Let's start with the pre-night necklace
Let's start with
that
the
you have.
And we're going to take a sip of some wonderful red.
Right, because you've been talking, and so this is. I'm going to get up close to the camera because this is the pre-night stone necklace that she has made. Absolutely gorgeous. And we have pictures of it on the website. You can go to www.Gypsy Spirit Charleston. I'm having a hard time with this. GypsySpiritCharleston.com. So this is the necklace, but tell us about this necklace, what it's supposed to do, and you can see where she's individually hand knotted on each one. So the craftsmanship is amazing here.
The slices themselves, yes, are absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely. So tell us about this necklace.
This is
what would this necklace do for somebody if they purchased it and wore it around them? Because you said it was a high priestess necklace.
No, I said collar. It was a priestess collar.
A priestess collar.
And that's what it is. It is 18 inches, but it sits, and it's not lightweight. These are beautiful pre-night slabs.
And they're gorgeous.
They are. They're absolutely beautiful. Pre-night, anything with an "ite" on the end of it is formed by heat, by fire, by pressure. So morganite, pre-night, hematite, all of that is full of ore. It's either been formed by lava or from the plate tectonics when the plates shifted. All of it has different qualities to it. So what pre-night is called the Seer Stone. And when I do tarot readings or bone readings, I always have a pre-night sphere or pieces of lava created pre-night with me. And what it does is it clears away all of the fog and allows you to open up a conversation with your higher self. So if I do a tarot reading or a bone reading, I tell people there are 4 entities in the room. There's you, your querent, their higher self, and your higher self. The best readings that I've been able to do come from when I can block out everything else that's around me and simply listen to my higher self. My higher self talks to their higher self. My higher self gives me the information. I give it to the querent. When you use pre-night, it opens up a single line of communication. There's nothing else around you. You clear away all the fog. But it also enhances your psychic abilities. And that's a big thing when you are first starting out and you are worried about doing readings or doing any type of healing work. You question whether or not you are capable of doing this.
Or what you're saying is right.
Yeah, pre-night, having it around you, wearing it, just having it in the room with you gives you strength that you did not really understand. When I do readings, I tell my querents, you can record it, you can write things down, but I will not remember 99% of what I have told you. Now, if you bring the notes back and we sit down and talk, some of it comes back. But usually the things that are the most intense, I will not remember because they are not meant for me.
I think that stands with most tarot readings. I don't ever remember anything I tell people.
Because it's not for us.
Yeah. It's
So what happens with pre-night, and I'm sitting here, I'm petting this. What happens with pre-night is your energy center actually starts to vibrate. And when it vibrates and you're touching universal energy, when you're standing on that universal grid, it actually brings that power into you. That power opens up light. And when you are surrounded by light and you can hear that aha, it gives you the ability to simply give the querent the information that they need.
So I think this would be really good for people, maybe people that don't want to do tarot or bone readings, but people that just want to meditate and get messages from their higher divine self. So it clears out that fogginess and allows you to connect on a deeper level with universe and getting the answers that you need, like
Absolutely.
during meditation or something. So this is just a really, really powerful stone, and what a beautiful necklace to have. I just we have some amazing pictures of this stone or this necklace that she has made on the website at gypsyspiritcharleston.com. So if you go to the website there, we will feature it on the front page, and also let's talk a little bit about, like, it's 18 inches, right?
It is. It's 18
it's
inches.
18, and what is the price on that?
Oh my goodness, I knew you were going to ask that. Hold on for a second.
So
I
she's
need
got
my
your glasses
glasses.
on, 'cause
I have
she
to have my
forgot.
cheaters. I write them down because I always forget. The 18-inch collar is $178.
Wow. Really? That's all?
It's $178.
I thought it was going to be a whole lot more.
It's $178. I always try and do really good prices.
So that's
on my pieces.
$178 for this amazing piece of jewelry
Absolutely.
that she has made. That is unbelievable. Okay. That might not make it to the website. Yeah, well. Okay, so let's talk about the next piece that you have.
All right.
This is a very interesting piece.
This is hand knotted. It is 32 inches. And this is a graduated necklace. This is matte, faceted picture Jasper. Picture Jasper, if you can look on the internet, you'll find millions of pictures. But if you can see that, it's little individual pieces and it looks like the earth.
We have really great pictures of this also on the website, www.gypsyspiritcharleston.com. But this has a really good feel, a good weight to it. And it's just really cool.
It is. I know everybody
We
picks
have
it up.
really great pictures of it.
They sit down and they do exactly what Picture Jasper is supposed to do. And Picture Jasper, it's not simply grounding. It is a calming stone. So when you sit there and you hold it, which is what most people do with my Picture Jasper pieces, is they'll just leave it in their hand and you pet it. and it just takes away, washes anxiety away. So when we get up and we're just, it's one of those days we're facing at work or we're facing with the kids or school or whatever it is we have to do, Picture Jasper is going to give you a very determined strength to your work. You're not going to have to raise your voice. People will hear what you have to say, and what's more, they're going to listen to you. And that sometimes is more important than being able to shout above the crowd or to do whatever you need. What this does is it talks to other people. It allows them to hear what you have to say in a very calm and precise
So
way.
it makes me think of the stone that you need to wear. If you did a tarot, if I did a tarot reading on somebody and I drew the Five of Swords, I would recommend this stone, because that is the card that there's a lot of conflict and you're trying to be heard, and it's like nobody's hearing you. So this is like, if you're in conflict with others, this would be what you would want to wear. That way
Absolutely.
your voice will be heard.
And
So.
it's just, it's a stone that when it was created for us, they left it in a matte finish, which means it's not shiny. But it's also hand faceted. And that means that each one of these pieces has hundreds of little facets to it, which just allows the energy to peek through. So this one is hand knotted. It is graduated Picture Jasper. It's 32 inches long. It just slips right over your head. Just goes just like that. And this one is $126.
Well, another great price. Okay. So
Let's,
again, www.gypsyspiriccharleston.com. So
well, we're going to talk about one of my go-to pieces. This is sodalite. It is a beautiful piece. It's sodalite, hematite, and it is all sterling silver. So it opens up. It has a toggle clasp. It's very easy to put on and off. You can double it if you want. The people who sing, people who give speeches, people who have to stand up in front of classrooms, anybody who is in front of a large crowd of people. This piece, sodalite and hematite together, open up the chakras from the throat, which is what sodalite is good for, all the way down to root, which is what hematite is. The hematite, for this piece, I purchased at a wonderful, huge beads store in Arizona. And these are little tiny pieces of hematite, and they are stunning.
oh, I do see them. Yeah, I do see them.
You don't need a lot of hematite.
Yeah, because it's very powerful. These are
because it's
little,
very
tiny,
powerful.
faceted. They're really pretty.
They're very pretty. And those are real hematite. They're not the hemalite that you find. What hemalite is, bless you. What hemalite is they take hematite, they crush it, they add resin to it, they put it in molds, and they extrude it. It's still hematite, it's just been, other things have been added to it. So real hematite is hard to find. These things are 2 millimeter, they're very, very small. And they are also hand faceted.
So this is like cocaine, because cocaine is like pure cocaine is hard to find.
Yeah, no, it's not like cocaine at all.
But this is pure, so
Yes, it is. It's
that's
pure.
what I'm saying. It's
Yes,
pure cocaine is very difficult to find.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. And this is actually the exact opposite of what
I'm
that
just trying to give an
substance
analogy.
would do. What hematite does is hematite is a grounding stone. It automatically grounds you, gets rid of any negativity whatsoever. So I have several friends who have gotten back into the music industry after several decades of being away.
Has a nice weight to it too.
And I have made several pieces with sodalite because it's very soft. It's a very gentle energy.
I love sodalite.
It releases tension from the root chakra. I have added hematite. Little goes a long way with real hematite, so that it grounds them. And the rest of it is pure sterling silver.
I don't want to let go of this.
I know a lot of people like that.
Well, just also I did some studies on sodalite too, and we are not doctors. We're not giving you medical advice.
We're not.
If your doctor tells you to take blood pressure medicine, then you better take your blood pressure medicine. But sodalite is also good for blood pressure.
Is it now?
Yes, it is.
That's good.
But again, do not buy this necklace thinking that your blood pressure is going to go down.
Yes, and definitely, please don't eat any of these stones.
Yeah.
It would not be
And do
good.
not snort the hematite.
No, we're not snorting hematite. We're not doing any of that. This necklace is 36 inches long. It's $210.
Nice.
And it will also be
That's
up
very
on the website.
inexpensive.
Yeah, I try and keep the prices.
Well, we've got some pieces that are coming up that are really, really nice and have lots of history and power behind them. I mean, they're like in the thousands of dollars, so we're staying really cheap right now. We'll get to that later.
Some of them are in the tens of thousands, but I wanted to add this piece. This piece, I don't normally work with gold. This is not gold except, oh no, there's no gold in this whatsoever. But I want to show you this. This is golden, it's a golden Herkimer. Herkimers can be found usually in upstate New York and in New Jersey. They are a type of quartz. They are very clear, pure energy. I have wrapped this. I wire wrap. I don't do much of the wire wrapping anymore because my hands won't allow me to do it. But this is wire wrapped. All of the metal that you see here is artistic wire. I cannot touch base metal. It does bad things to me. Artistic wire is brass. It's covered with colored plastic. So it makes it look like it's gold. It is not gold, but it is wrapped. There is the infinity
The
signs.
wrapping is beautiful, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I used to do a lot of wire wrapping. I can't do it anymore. And I made a very simple clasp out of the artistic. The rounds are check glass, so they are glass. This is actually a really good price for this. This is only $76. This is the least expensive one we have, but it is also a showstopper.
What are but the qualities for Herkimer or diamond is a lot of clarity.
Yes, it is a pure, it is considered an angelic quartz.
Uh-huh.
So when you need absolute clear vision, the Herkimers are what you go for. And if you have an opportunity to hold a Herkimer in one hand and a piece of rock crystal in another, which is a crystal, it's a quartz, you can feel the vibration for the Herkimer much better than what you can with the rock crystal. And I have some exquisite rock crystal pieces that we will be showcasing soon. But that Herkimer, this is a golden Herkimer now. Normally they do not hold on to color, but the ore got this one in, so
That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's very pretty
Yeah,
piece.
we have, again, really great pictures of this on a mannequin and everything. You can see at gypsyspiritcharleston.com.
And those are the pieces that we were going to showcase tonight. I want to show them one other piece.
Okay, go ahead.
This is not for sale. Sorry.
So she's teasing you.
I am.
It's like,
And we are going to have an entire show about the peoples, because
the peoples.
the peoples.
The peoples.
When the peoples came to me, they came to me in a box with several other items. And one of the items that they had, I'm going to hold it up, you probably won't be able to see it, it's very, very dark, were these pieces of clay. And the pieces of clay are formed by a process where you dig a hole in the ground, much like cooking a pig. You put a certain type of bamboo on the bottom, it creates a fire. You wrap these in leaves, you put them in, you cover it back up, and you leave it alone. When the fire dies out and everything cools down, you dig it up, and the raku, the glaze, has transformed the piece. This is, I put it over here just for a second, excuse me, Lisa.
It's absolutely beautiful.
This is one of my Priestess collars. When I am doing dark moon magic, I bring this out. It is incredibly powerful. It is stunningly beautiful in its simplicity.
Now, you know, everybody's going to want to know, what is dark moon magic? So now we're going to have a whole new show on dark moon magic, on moon magic.
We can have a show on all the colors of magic if you like, and I will explain what it is and better yet what it is not. But for now, those are the pieces I'd like to showcase, and I appreciate your company. If you have any questions, please let Lisa know. I will be glad to answer them for you.
You can purchase these items at the website, www.gypsyspiriccharleston.com. Well, will be listed also on my little description. So thank you so much for joining us on this show. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and you have a blessed night. Bye-bye.